Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron for Millennium Dawn Modern Day mod here today on the channel. We're going to be starting a brand new series as Germany. We're going to be rebuilding Germany, reinvigorating the German army, and moving away from German pacifism. Want to be pro-democratic, pro-Western in this series, and I do want to try and move away as well from the Chinese, US, and Russian sphere of influence. So, if you'd like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd really much appreciate it. First up, got to say a huge thank you to this month's YouTube channel members. Massive thank you to Divine Overhand, Mikey, Eric, Chuckles the Hut, Green Arrow 1, Dimitri H, and Hector A. Really appreciate those guys. As we're loading on in, we're going to be playing on historical focuses. I'd like this campaign to be a little bit more wild compared to my last United States campaign. And also, guys, thank you for all the support on that first US series. I really appreciate it. It was a little bit daunting going back to Hoi 4. It's been a while, but thanks to your guys' support, definitely down to be doing more. Alright, well, I would like to grow the economy at some point. Also go down with the corruption. It's not too high, actually. What are the sort of internal factors in Germany? Okay, so we've got the industrial complex, so it's not quite like the US here. Okay, we've got a tiny military spending. Oh god, we need to bring that to at least a sizable. Thankfully, our education bonus is quite high, and same with our health budget as well. Whoa, extensive welfare state. I might look to bring that down eventually. We're on semi-consumption. We want to go with globalized at some point. Volunteer service. We might go up to a potential draft because the pop in Germany isn't quite large, and we want to go down with global interventionism as well, so we can have some foreign conquests. I'm going to be sending German volunteers nearly to every conflict where we can, particularly if there's a pro-Western government fighting another non, just so we can level up the German army, rebuild the Bundeswehr. And dude, this tech tree is massive. Oh my god. We can go down so many paths. So I think going with international business to start things off, dude, we can get a lot of research slots if we go down this. We've got Angela Merkel and Schröder. I think I want to go down Angela Merkel, try and bring her in as early as possible. Yeah, we're going to go pro-democratic. Although in this tree there are some quite cool monarchy paths. We've got the EU policy as well. It'd be hilarious if we get an EU army. I don't know how easy that is to get all the countries to unite. Oh my god, we've got the House of Bonaparte, Habsburg. There's so many of them there. And we've got some other EU policies as well. Alright, so first things first, I think going for those research slots is probably not a bad idea. So what have we got? The G36. We eventually want to get the HK416. Alright. Here are the German tanks. The Leopard. Oh god, we haven't unlocked anything. So I think going down construction and industry is the play. Then we eventually need to get a proper hard-hitting air force. Want a bunch of close air supports. Want a bunch of fighters. And we've also really got to essentially rebuild the German army from scratch, because it's quite small at the moment. It's incredibly ill-equipped. And let's be honest, it's been neglected since the 1940s. Okay, we're currently making 5.5 billion. Dude, the tax of the population is incredibly high. I might need to reduce that, but we'll see how we go. However, it's probably counterbalancing all of these education, healthcare, and welfare bonuses. We've only got a little bit of debt, nowhere near as large as the States. So I think I want to go down industrial projects so we can get better civilian factories eventually, but it does cost GDP. We're going to have to build a bunch of civilian factories and offices. then we'll eventually get military factories as well. Oh my god. As we're a European country, we've got the entire European Union thing here. Oh my god. Crazy. We probably want to try and become president, because that will stop us having to vote and put forward policies for a fair few years. There's a bunch of governments we can recognize as well. Let's create an agency. So let's do that. I'm not the biggest fan playing as smaller countries and creating an agency on the modern day mod, just because your civilian factories are so rare. Okay, so we currently don't have the rubber or the metals. We need some precious metals as well. We've got no construction going. We currently have 50 civilian factories, so we would like to get a fair few more. So let's get some down here in the Munich region. Same with some office sectors as well. And once those have been complete, we probably should get some military factories early on, as we hardly have any, to be fair. It wouldn't be a bad idea maybe to increase our fuel consumption. Jeez, we've only got 17 military factories, 5 dockyards as well. Well, I'll quickly sort through this. Alright, so I've just reorganized this to my liking, prioritizing small arms and support equipment, followed by fighter jets. And we do have a small navy coming as well. Mostly convoys, a destroyer, and some submarines as well. I quite like them. They're pretty good bang for your buck. Alright, so let's get a couple of divisions going. We're probably not going to have a war for quite some time, until the US does its stuff in the East. But if we can get our interventionism up, we should be able to gain valuable army experience for our units, and then therefore upgrade our officers as well. So it's always good joining in and propping up rebels and helping out in foreign wars. We could go down the missile stuff, but we haven't got... It's like we haven't really got the economy to really focus on that. I'd rather focus on other construction stuff instead of getting missiles just yet. So we have 13 divisions, 120 battalions, mostly motorized. Our navy as well isn't that large, but we will need to get a sizable one eventually if we are going to do some naval invasions. So let's move you over, and we'll rally them up once they get redocked. Air Force wise as well, quite small, but still a sizable air force, better than nothing. Oh god, I can't even get these air wings even into some training exercises because we just don't have the population. Crikey. Yeah, because it's going to cost like 9,000 to get them in. So we might actually have to install a draft until we can grow the population a bit. Because most of our spare manpower is actually going to the army. So we might have to, early on in this campaign, install a draft. I would like to maybe expand into some of the German-speaking spheres of influence. If we could somehow get Austria or Switzerland on our side, that would be fantastic if we could. But I'm curious to see how the world turns out in this series. Okay, so we have declared our interest in becoming the European president, and we've got it for 5 years, as the Italians now hold the European Bank. The French are going to offer us some satellite intelligence, so we'll accept that. We'll also recruit an admiral for the Navy, and we'll make sure that all of our future naval forces rally up there in the fleet. Unfortunately, we've got a couple of countries here not paying their licenses, so we're going to have to cancel these if we can, eventually. as we're currently under the reign of Gerhard Schröder. Alright, the USS Cole. The incident has happened, so I'll be curious to see how the US react to that. Yeah, I just don't think we have really the spare civilian factories and stuff to really worry about this stuff. It's a bit different playing as the US, but as Germany, we've had years of pacifism. And now with the world changing, we've got to rebuild the German military industrial complex. And we also would like to reduce our debt as well slightly before it grows. Alright, so let's have a quick look around at some other wars going on. So we've got this. Now, can we send any expedition forces or anything? No, we need the world tension to rise significantly. But I will send forces when we can. Alright, now we can cancel their production for whatever reason. It just took a little while. So let's do that for Chile. We also can get some officers in. Alright, let's go with this. I think organization is the one I'm more than happy to sacrifice. Alright. We can get some agents in as well. I guess Julia we'll go with. I don't know any of these people. He's got a lot of negative traits, so I don't think so. Fine, let's go with her. And maybe we build an eventual Intel network. We can't do it within Germany. Well, who's closest to us? Alright, let's send her to the Kremlin to try and find some information. Alright, let's go down with green card so we can get another extra research slot. German legacy, far out. I'd love to get rid of that trade if I could. That's really bad. Right, I was looking at this before. Industrial projects. Now, I do have to keep a little bit of an eye on my economic preview. Hang on, yeah, look at this. So we're losing minus 0.7. So that's going to be vital for our military factories, but we need to pay for it. So we might slightly reduce the welfare state dependence. But it's not too bad, because we eventually want to remove Schröder and bring in Angela Merkel. Now, it does cost a little bit extra for these research slots, but dude, if we can get a bunch of them going, we're obviously going to be able to improve the German army, the infrastructure and economy quicker. So we should be prioritizing these research slots so we can get better transport, better construction, better printers, and better quality genetic engineering. Norway wants to have some investment in the country. We'll accept a startup company up for acquisition. So it looks like the Romanians want to acquire this company, but they will give us influence in the country. So we've got the small and medium business owners, which is essentially the economical interests and parties within Germany. In the US campaign, this was Wall Street, essentially. So I would like it to be a little bit higher, but I guess we'll make them happy. Alright, nearly about to complete scientific exchanges, but here is NATO at the moment. CSTO. Bill Clinton is currently in charge of the States. What's going on in Australia? John Howard's down here. Alright, big fella. Alright, really can't manage any other territories. We can't even release German states even if we wanted to. I thought we might be able to release Bavaria or some shit. That'd be quite funny. Nice, that's been complete. So we're still just focusing on those scientific researchers. And we need to go down the coal industry, so we need to pay for that as well. Let's go with this. Because fuel is something we're not going to get much of where we are. What's happened over here? Oh my god, nationalist outlook. Oh my... What? They changed their flag. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen to them in this series. Yeah. Ideally, if I can decommission Nord Stream 1, never pay for Nord Stream 2, don't rely on their gas, focus on other energies, that would be beneficial for us. But this is what we're currently researching at the moment. Alright, we want to make our way down more of those research slots. So we're slowly but surely getting Germany back to a normal acting modern country. Being able to help properly and efficiently in overseas conflicts, I guess. But it's going to take a little while. 5th of September 2000. We're slowly but surely putting in the groundwork so we can have a big, strong, and competitive Germany back in geopolitics. Oh god, she's been captured. By Ruski counterintelligence. Oh no. She went and got herself caught. Shit. Man. The KGB, or what is it now, FSB, caught her snooping around the Kremlin. Oh god. Oh well, she's gone. Ethiopia wants to seek investments. They just wrapped up their domestic issues, so I suppose we approve it. Unfortunately, they're emerging. If I can change that, that would be better. Alright, there's some stuff going down here in Sudan, in Uganda. Alright, just looking if we can recognize any of these countries that would be in our interest. Foreign markets as well. We could look to maybe buy stuff on the market, small arms, but we're not going to. If anything, we want to get to a point where we can sell small arms. Hopefully without the legal mishaps. So at the moment, France, the Ruskies in the States have influence in our country. So we will need to keep an eye on that. Alright, so we've got some points that we can spend in our air, naval, and land doctrine, so we'll do that as well. And we're slowly making our way down to a digitized education system. We're also at a stable growth. Let's switch it to a fast growth. And we're slowly getting the economy. Well, we're just improving it. We're not getting it really back on track. It's already quite good. And George W. Bush has been elected. Now, I don't know historically how bad the global financial crisis was in Germany. For example, Australians had it not too bad, but it was the global financial crisis, hey? So I'm sure it affected different countries, well, differently. Was there a housing crisis ever in Deutschland? I don't know. I'm learning history as we go. I was born in 96. I was 4 when Gerhard Schröder was in charge. Okay. So we can vote on the fundamental rights of the European Union. I suppose yes. And it looks like it's gone through as well. It's been accepted. Okay. I also am not European, so I don't know the ins and outs precisely of what policies that are going to be put forward. And I would like to upgrade our military spending as well. I would like to increase that. So I wonder if there's going to be too many, or there's going to be a few economic mishaps in Germany. I don't know. Nice. So, let's get another research slot. Look, although it costs 30 billion a pop, it's definitely worth it. Because our budget, our war chest currently, and our deficit isn't that huge. Nice, we're going to get Wi-Fi in Germany. Oh, cool. And we've got a manpower of 60k at the moment, which is quite a lot. Once we get better quality food and GMO products, get the German dairy farmer industry going, we'll be able to increase our population. Also, let's get our Air Force in as well, just in case we ever need to redirect it. Now, I think prioritizing a proper standing field army, some pretty decent tanks, but mostly air support. We're going to need the numbers more than anything because the US, the Ruskies, the Chinese are probably going to technologically beat us with our air force and stuff. Alright, I think we go with the smaller navy doctrine to buff up our subs, because we're not going to have the biggest navy. Okay. Maybe decentralized? No, I think... what is NATO using? Commuting, superior, decentralized. No, we're not going to be... Or we don't need to go guerrilla either. So, I think we're better off going down. Yeah. Networks centric warfare. I'm not entirely sure which one's the best for us. Because we are going to have a sizable army eventually. Look, it might take 10, it might take 20 years before Germany can properly perform on the battlefield. So maybe going with this. And also I think with a battlefield support as well. I want to help our boots on the ground. Then we got the Copyright Act. Sure. Okay, I think going with regional interventionalism is not a bad idea. We're probably not going to militarily help in Europe exactly. Unfortunately, it was dismissed. Because we eventually want to go with global. Makes it cheaper. It's probably not a bad idea to actually get some drones, maybe. Like, I wonder if it actually costs us manpower. Yeah, well, let's try and get them. 500 days. Let's get some drones. Maybe we can talk to our Turkish friends and get some... what are they called? Bayraktars? Whatever they're called. Seem to be quite popular in the news at the moment. Maybe we should get some of them in. Or we can just make our own. Nice. The election campaign is heating up. So currently, the SPD is in charge. Now, I have no clue about German politics whatsoever. So, I think we'll just naturally see if we can... I don't know, look. As long as it's pro-Western, one of the parties. Well, the thing is, like, in the US, the UK... Maybe even to some extent. Yeah, the US, UK, and here. Yeah, mostly it's like the two major parties. But in Germany, Sweden, from what I've learnt, there's a fair few parties that hold sway. So I have no clue which party Angela Merkel is a part of. But I think it's good. I think we'll just sort of see how it goes. We'll let the game sort of decide who gets brought in. Switzerland joins the UN. Nice. Alright, so it's an inconclusive outcome. So unfortunately, for Gerhard, he wasn't able to win outright. So, let's have a look and see if we can invite anyone. So he seems to have a coalition with these guys. But even with them, he didn't have the vote. Oh god, okay. So we've got the SPD. So 48%. So they only narrowly didn't make it. I wonder, because there's small things like reducing the welfare budget and adding other stuff. That maybe is why it dropped his popularity. So, unfortunately, it doesn't look like any of these are going to be able to form a coalition with him. We might be better off to allow the GDU to have a go. And then maybe they can form a coalition with someone else. Yeah, just looking at the percentiles here, dude, he narrowly missed out. That's a shame for him. Maybe would have kept them if he didn't reduce the German reliance on the welfare state. Yeah, and none of these factions want to be invited in. Look, you know what? I think I might allow the SPD to have a go. So we'll give up. And we'll let them have a go. And it does seem... Oh, so she's a part of the rival faction. Okay. So Angela Merkel we're currently controlling. If we can form a coalition... So hang on. So if we... Let's have a look. Alright, so they're conservative. And then we got the nationalists, so we probably don't want to bring them in. Okay, so... They all seem that they might refuse, but if I ask them, they might be interested. Well, how about we negotiate with them? Oh, here we go. So these are like the greenies, I guess. Well, see if we can form a government with them. Did lose a little bit of political power. Alright, we might have to invite someone else. Oh, dude, how can we not form? Oh my god, it's by a minuscule percentile. As if. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to form a government outright and rule in majority. Shit. Well, who else could we bring in? I don't know what the Dublin thing is, so I guess we'll go for it, whatever. Oh, it's been accepted. I don't even know what that means. I need to brush up on my fucking European policy. We could maybe invite these guys in. I'd rather not if we can avoid it. Oh, looks like things are kicking off on the East Coast, though. Okay, so the FDP... So, okay, I thought they were a nationalist party. No, so they're libertarian. So, maybe we can bring them in. Yeah, so we could rule with 3 if we invite them. Sure. Nice, so the government has been formed. Yeah, because I did watch this video. It's fucking wild, politics in Sweden. Like, there's so many parties. They got voted in. The woman had to resign. Can't think of her name. I think we fully stand with the Americans here, by the way. Yeah, no, let's do that. And we'll help them out. Nice. So, Angela Merkel is now the German Chancellor. Yeah, because you don't have a president or a prime minister, do you? The German Chancellor. Right, we'll have her for a couple of years. And then we'll bring in, what's his name? Olaf Scholz. Oh, here we go. Looks like things are about to kick off soon. As we've just rolled on in to 2001. And we'll eventually make our way, if we can get to Angela Merkel on the focus tree, that would be fantastic. Alright, so... yeah, maybe securing Germany's oil reserves is probably not a bad idea. We don't have to go and take the Caucasus. Go over there again, do we? We might even go down some European policies as well. Now that we have the presidency ship, it's probably not a bad idea eventually. Now that we've got the research on our side, and we might as well try and reduce the national debt as well while we're at it. Investment from Switzerland. Yeah. Welcome. Alright. And we're still making 8 billion a turn. Nice. Those civilian factories have been constructed. We've got an office sector being developed in Bayern. And we've got more military factories well on the way as well. So let's get a bunch of them going. If we could get to like 50 military factories, that would be superb. I don't know what happened to that agent. She either defected or is gone. We're at fast growth at the moment. We want to go down with economic boom. I think we'll go with global interventionism as well. So we can actually send our forces overseas. The oil trade is nearly complete. And we can probably go with a partial draft as well. We've only got 100. We've only got 10k. I'd like a bunch more. Are we better off prioritizing something else? Potentially. Okay, so... nice. Oil negotiations have been complete. So, we need... which ones? Foreign policy. Let's go with this one. That looks alright. Oh, they want to invest. Well, they've changed their flag and they seem like they're under a different regime. So, should I accept it or not? Yeah, I think I might. If they do start to gain influence in Germany, we can combat it if we desperately need to. Alright, so we're currently at small military spending. Yeah, we're not actively at war with anyone, so probably increasing the military industrial complex's output is probably not a bad idea. Norway want to invest more. Yeah, particularly pro-Western countries. The more, the merrier. Welcome to invest in Germany. And also going down with genetic engineering will give us more available population as well. You don't need a crazy population in the Millennium Dawn Modern Day mod compared to Vanilla Hearts of Iron 4. You can do quite a lot. You can probably conquer the world with 700k, maybe even less. We've got a European-Turkey trade deal. Okay, they've reached an agreement. Cool. And it's been accepted as well. Nice. Alright, so... we need to go down this. Ah, shit. Oh, I might have fucked up here, because Schroeder isn't in charge anymore. Shit. Hang on, is there another path down here? Fuck. I think in hindsight I should have done that earlier. Because is that bricked now? Shit. Yeah, because I think this is all linked. So we can't even do the Angela Merkel stuff. Fuck. Yeah, because it follows this, doesn't it? Yeah, because the SPD needs to be in charge. Look, you know what? I might just have to go into console there. Oh, so that actually bricks the focus tree. That's kind of stupid. Well, now you guys know. That's so silly. You can't go down the Angela Merkel stuff. So we'll completely turn it off. But we would have to wait for another entire election cycle to bring Schroeder back. Like, we're not going to do that. Okay, we can probably go with extensive centralized bureaucratic state. That's probably not a bad idea. We've got more military focuses going ahead. But yeah, highly recommend you have to go down that path of the tech tree early. Or otherwise it bricks it. Yeah, I wonder why that is. Bit silly. Because we couldn't even go down the Schroeder stuff either. We had to do that first. I think there are stuff that like... Oh, I have a feeling there's other... Like, if you don't do certain focus tree stuff early, it can sort of brick your save. But luckily, we are able to skip it. Okay. Not really much else we can do here in the tree either. We're still making a slight little profit. But we're doing well. We're putting in the hard yards. About to get into 2002. And Germany is definitely, now more than ever, a capable state. Now, can we get involved in any of these? I'd love to if we can. Because we've got the supply, we've got the logistics. Maybe we can help them out sending them some military aid. So I think we'll just go with the one supply drop in. What have we got plenty of? Jeez. We're still pretty light on our staff. Maybe give some artillery to them. Just to help them out, why not? So they're currently in a thing. Angola. Because I do want to try and involve myself in any of these if we can. There's a fair few stuff going on here. That's kind of crazy. Because what we can do is, firstly, get army experience, get points, level up our units. And I believe as well, if we do lose a couple Germans here and there, we will be able to get justifications against some of these countries. So it probably won't be a bad idea. So let's send some supplies to Indonesia. And essentially any pro-democratic, pro-Western or pro-US state. So a couple of things shaping up down in the south. We'll try and get involved in a war as quick as we can, when we can. Alright. How are we looking? Do have to keep an eye on European skepticism. We could eventually go with a pro-European campaign or a pro-German campaign. I'm sure there's like stats like you can really micromanage the European stuff, but there's not really too much for us to do as we are control of the presidency. Like, we don't really are in charge of putting stuff forward. But, jeez, there is so much stuff there. Oh my god. I'd love to get a European army. A standing army, that'd be sick. We can't go with the volunteer service for women, that's fine. Global interventionism. We want to go with economic boom at some point. Might try and reduce this again. We could go with advanced eventually. How much money are we making? Okay. We're barely making a profit. Alright. Let's drop our slight corruption and reduce it. That should give us a little bit of cash money. Nice. So we can't go down this till September 2002. We'll eventually make our way down there. Alright. Well, maybe we should do some European stuff. Yes, let's get 150 political power if we can get that going. Alright, so we're just barely making a profit. 22 military factories, 5 dockyards. It's probably not a bad idea to get some more of them. Large company goes bankrupt. Might be better off to subsidize the business. But I think we'll let the market decide, essentially. $85 factories now in total. Alright, let's allocate some of these a bit better. The labour unions demand better healthcare. Are you taking the piss? You've already got basic universal. No way am I going to accept those demands. There's like only one more tier you can go up. I can't even afford it anyway. So unfortunately we're going to have to betray the unions this time around. Because look at that, we can't even change stuff for like a certain amount of time. Stuff that. We can even manually change it if we want to. I just don't want to put us too far in depth. But really, not really much we can do until the US starts getting involved into foreign conflicts. Alright, let's improve the construction. Dude, we're actually juicing on the resource slot front. Oh yeah. And the next election's 2005. Alright, let's go with economic boom. Because that 150 political power was desperately needed. Nice. So now if we want to improve the healthcare of the German citizens even more than what it is, we can if we want. Alright, maybe let's go down this, yeah. Get some army experience, potentially. I don't think we've hit the required dates for some of these just yet. No. Yeah, let's get some more army experience, why not? As we're in May now, 2002, so by the end of this year, things are going to hotten up a bit. France wants to invest, sure. Alright, let's improve our land doctrine. Oh! Bloody the UK wants to leave, of course. Typical. I am curious to see how wild and wacky this campaign goes now that we're not going with historical AI focuses. We could maybe improve the American alliance. We're still a little bit away from that. Maybe we should go down some European policies now that we're in charge. Like, European army's probably the play, isn't it? I don't really know about a lot of this stuff. Oh, actually, maybe expanding might not be a bad idea. Expanding NATO was a good idea in the US series, so maybe from our position we should expand the EU. I want to increase our military spending as well, eventually as the economy grows with it. We have currently 256k manpower because we've installed a partial draft, and the US wants to give us access to their satellites. Oh, collapsing house prices. Oh, so there was a house problem, or a housing problem in Germany by the look of it. Okay. Oh, dude, we only just got economic boom, so it's probably going to reset again. Fuck. We just need to save that little bit more so we can get it back. Because that's a really great way to get a bunch of money in your economy. Alright, something to keep an eye on. But thankfully our debt is nowhere near as large as the US in that campaign. Oh, here we go. George W. Bush announces Operation Freedom. Okay, so things are probably about to kick off soon. Well, they might have actually sent military forces over here, actually. No. Oh, however, we can, though. Well, let's definitely do that. Let's go and help them out. Because we've got global interventionism on, we can help out early. Nice. So who have we got? Oh my god. We've got a brigade here. I guess we send them. Because we can't really send anything motorized or tank heavy. Sort of these guys. He's got stingers. Nice. If we were against the Americans, they would work superbly over there. Fantastic taking down US and Soviet forces, stingers were. Alright, let's just send one of you over here. Ah, so it's hotted up a bit. The world tension, okay. Oh, so we can send someone to Indonesia as well. Nice. Well, let's go through and have a look. So let's send one of our units over here. Let's send two to Indonesia. They're going to get some valuable experience. Yeah, why can we send two to Indonesia? I don't know. Maybe because they're pro-Western? I don't know. Alright, what else we got here going on as well? So we've got another couple conflicts in Africa. Emerging and non-aligned. So I probably don't want to get involved in that one. Is there a pro-Western one here? Oh, he's emerging, but that's a nice chunk. Conservative. Okay. Oh, this is actually quite a big war going on down here. Conservative. Oh, hang on, there's a Western here. Who's this? Okay. Well. Oh, and they're up in the north here. Okay. And he's emerging. But he might actually flip democratic. So, there's actually a huge war going on here in the Congo. So, hang on. We'll send it to the pro-Western libertarian. The movement for the liberation of the Congo. Okay. Well, we'll send two of these guys over here as well. Nice. Well, first of all, we'll try and get some valuable experience for Wolfgang and the boys. And what's going on over here? Liberia, is it? Oh my god, what the fuck? We'll have a look at that. Mostly nationalists fighting themselves, so we don't want to go over there. But the more we help out, I'm hoping we can get some casus bellis to maybe go against them. Okay, so the US requests help. So we can actually send soldiers. Or we can arm the local militia. We're going to supply. And we've already sent units over. So hopefully they can wrap up this war quick smart like we did. And hopefully it isn't a really long, prolonged conflict, ideally. Alright, let's upgrade the Air Force slightly. Oh, our pro-European campaign was a success. Nice. And once our German Foreign Legion units arrive, we're about to get stuck into some wars. Oh yeah, brother. Germany's back on the map. And we've got a crushing housing crisis at home. Oh my god. Really have to keep an eye on that. Oh, it's actually really hurting the economy. We've gone back down to stable as well. Alright, that was accepted. Nice. So they've arrived in the Northern Alliance. Oh, and they've also arrived in Indonesia as well. Nice. So already, there's British forces helping out, but there's no fucking Americans to be seen. Okay. So, I guess we moved to... I was going to say maybe move eastward, but there's a bloody river crossing there. Just east of Kabul, so we don't want to go there. These two units have arrived. Maybe send them to the north. Dude, as if the Indonesians are struggling with one tile. Why wouldn't they just get everyone up to help? Maybe they have quite inferior equipment at this time. So we'll send them up. And then you can have A nice little holiday break and surf in Bali. What does that sound, boys? I wonder if we can send our units to Papua New Guinea. Maybe try and retake German New Guinea. I do find that quite weird that Germany had a bit of Southeast Asia up there and us Aussie boys went and took it over early on in WW2. Alright, let's move the Germans forward. Nice. Did the Germans help out in this? Maybe. I believe the Poles might have. Maybe the Czechs. I'd imagine so. They might have sent something. Like, they have helped out in modern theatres here and there, Germany, but nowhere near to the capacity of what they could militarily. So hopefully we can change that here today. So we're going to try and take out this small little northern resistance here with our Indonesian comrades. I can't say that, brothers. Can we send any more? No, that's fine. So we seem to have at least 70% in our favour. So if we keep things up, we should be able to outroot them. I think basically it's their capital now. So they basically, if they're defending a tile that has their capital on it, I believe they have. It might be infinite. I don't know about in this mod, but a crazy amount of supply. So now that we're actively helping, fighting, battling tooth and nail, helping out on Indonesian soil, hopefully we can improve our relations and actually get some better quality trade agreements with them as well. Alright, up here we've had no progression, but it looks like US forces have landed. Alright, back down in the Congo now that we're here. Looks a little bit odd seeing this type of flag down in the Congo, particularly with what Belgium did down there, jeez. But if we can stabilize it, it might not be a bad idea. We'll try and help out pro-Western governments. And look, we'll try and take some territory of our own to manually control, but we obviously want to try and puppet and bring as many factions into NATO as well. That would be a good idea. And countries. Because I'm curious to see what the AI does once this, well, country falls. Will they puppet? Will they take it themselves? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, we're really struggling here. We can't really do much. The Italians are now here. Never fear, the Italians are here. Bon appetito, motherfucker. Welcome to Afghanistan. Oh my god, 3k Indonesians lost to their 20. Jeez. It's quite a bit. We've got some Poles here now as well. Dude, we're really struggling to go through there. They're holding in deep. Yeah, it's not looking good here. Unfortunately, it might be another long protracted war. Right, what's going on over here? We should be pushing on and helping if we can. We might have some better luck in the north of Indonesia. Let's keep an eye on that. 77. If they keep it up, they might be able to break on through. As Indonesian and German boys fight side by side. Oh god, that centre's now been opened. Dude, there's a massive conflict going on down here. We're really going to struggle for supply. Back up north, we're fighting in 3 theatres at the moment. Oh, looks like they made some slight progression in the west of the country. Nice. And the green bubble has gone to 90%, 91. Only a couple more days before they run out of supplies. We're really going for it now. 95. Come on. Keep on keeping on. If we can bring back peace and stability to the region, that'd be awesome. Hell yeah, they retook it. And now we should have fantastic relations with the Indonesians. Yeah, and we can propose a trade agreement. Awesome, let's do that. Because they still, in this game, control most of the world's rubber, which we're definitely going to need to have access to. If we are to get better motorized equipment, better quality tanks, and vehicles. Alright, we probably can get some better quality army equipment now. Look, it might actually not be a bad idea to get a better quality rifle for the Germans. Dude, I don't even know if they've got a proper one now. Aren't they still rolling with those 2000 variants? Oh my god, a 1965 Strat bomber we haven't even got. Or close air support. Fuck me. Let's just try and get as much Air Force capacity as we can. Alright. We're slowly growing up the military industry. We also probably should have those drones in as well. And it's probably not a bad idea to divert some of these to drones and fighter jets as well. Alright, let's go down to Schroeder 3. And we're still making pretty decent money as well. Nice, so we wrapped up that small little conflict in Indonesia, which we helped out with. And we still want to get the economy back on track. Want to go back with economic boom. But it does look like the coalition forces in the north here have made some progress. But fierce fighting is still happening throughout the country. I'd love to send more. I don't know why. Maybe because they're unaligned and not the same ideology as us. Alright. Yeah, so there's a couple factions involved in this, which is interesting. So we've got a Congo civil war, then we've got like Uganda involved as well. Maybe we need to manually start moving out. But this will really level up our boys fighting in the heart of Africa. Oh my god. Snakes, hippos, elephants. Anything will get you out here. Crocodiles. Coney. What happened to that guy? Probably still hanging out in the jungle with snakes and shit. Oh god. I remember that. That was like one of those early things. That shit was all at my school. What the fuck? Whatever happened to him? Yeah, like Coney 2012. Oh, fuck. Alright. We're not doing the best up here. Because we've only got one unit, but... Dude, they're actually struggling to take this. It's nearly gone to 2003. And we haven't had the rest of the stuff in Kuwait either. Still fighting down here in the Congo. It's interesting that one of them was pro-democratic. If we can start taking some territory, we'll be fine. I wonder if I can send more volunteers down here in the south. We've wrapped things up in Indonesia, but we're really struggling in the Congo and in Afghanistan. Hopefully the tide will shift as we've hit the 5th of January 2003. Still a little bit away before we can go with economic boom. We can upgrade our land doctrine as well. Well, but unfortunately, guys, we've been playing for a couple of hours here today. Probably be an hour once I edit it down. But I've got to end the first part here. Thank you very much for watching episode 1 of my Hearts of Iron 4, Millennium Dawn modern day modded campaign as Germany. Thank you very much for watching. Dude, we've done a lot here today. We put in the groundwork, we put in the hard yards to rebuild the German economy. We've done 3 years, and we've built it up to a nice strong military force. Look, we haven't been drawn in completely as a country, but we saw the German military perform quite well in northern Indonesia when I was able to send 2 units. We're kind of struggling in other theatres, and hopefully, if we can get some better supplies and logistics down in Africa, we should be able to help on out as well. So, in theory, once we sort of help out in these regions, we might be able to declare wars and have casus bellis. And if we can't, if they run out, we're still going to get a bonus because we've allowed our land doctrine to be increased, and we've also leveled up our units as well. But thanks for watching. Got to say once again a massive thank you to this month's YouTube channel members. Massive thank you to Divine Overhand, Mikey, Eric, Chuckles the Hut, Green Nero 1, Dimitri H, and Hector Bay. Really appreciate those guys. If you do become a YouTube channel member, you get your name read out at the start and end of every stream / video. You also get access to the YouTube mod list for any of my series that you can request from. But in particular, this one, we're only playing with Millennium Dawn. That's all I'm playing. So there's no mod list for this particular series because I've been told that it causes save corruption. So I've not wanted to add any. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for episode 2 coming out tomorrow. Hopefully we can have some hotter conflicts as we move into the early 2000s, and the US war machine is really just warming up, so we'll try and help them out where we can. But yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos on the channel. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.